Welcome to my online class. How are you, my students? I hope you are well and stay home. I am also well. I am MD Faruk Forhad, Assistant Professor of English, Sarsha Upazilla College, Sarsha, Jashore. My dear all students, you all know pandemic COVID-19 is going on all over the world. So our government has taken some steps to continue our education, such as live class and online class. With the collaboration with our government, we have decided to take online class. Now I am showing you an online class about traffic capital city of Dhaka. So let's watch the class. Now you see English for today, your first paper. Today's class is English first paper, Unit 2, Lesson 2, Traffic Capital the World. Time 30 minutes, date 12 July 2020. Learning outcomes: at the end of the lesson, students will be able to participate in discussion, narrate something in writing, learn some new words, write about problems and give logical suggestions. So let's watch the next slide. Here we see, here now you watch the whistle of traffic police. So here the slide shows the activities of traffic police. It signals the passerby to coming out and going out. So let's watch in the next slide. Jam, 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 jam. Always jam everywhere. Always jam everywhere. So let's watch in the next slide. In the capital city of Dhaka, we see an image of the capital city of Dhaka. So, my dear all students, now let's watch in the next slide. Now today's lesson, traffic capital of the world. Here we see a map of Dhaka, the capital city of Bangladesh. We all know Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. Now, here we see Dhaka, our capital city. Now we discuss about the congestion, about the traffic jam of Dhaka city. Now let's see in the next slide. Here we see the map of Dhaka. So Dhaka is the capital city of Bangladesh, located at the center of the country, established in 1608, granted city status in 1947, formerly known as Dhaka. Total area 300 square kilometer. Total population about 30 million. Population density 19,447 per square kilometer. Now let's watch the video. the video, we watch some places of Dhaka city. Let's discuss about the Dhaka city's traffic jam, congestions, and density of populations. In this slide, you have to complete Faruk. Faruk means you and your friend jointly complete Faruk. If you think here we see word CNG. Now we have to know about CNG. Let's watch in the next slide. Here we see a CNG. Please match the information. CNG, a three-wheeled motorcycle covered with scrap metal, shaped like a slice of pea, a teeny steel cage attached to a motorcycle. Let's watch in the next slide group walk. Group walk is very essential part for every student, and if you try to complete group walk, you will learn something more. So I think you will complete your group walk every day, and so that you can earn your knowledge higher and highest. So now read the text carefully, make a list of some new words and try to write their meanings. So please find out the complicated word and try to solve the words with Bengali meaning and parts of speech. So now my dear all students, let's watch the next slide. Words and parts of speech. Here we see some words. Rinse. Rinse means fix. Exhaust. Exhaust means superb. Scrap. Hostile. So please match the words. Here we see parts of speech and synonyms. Now let's watch the next slide. Rinse, twist or wrinkle, exhaust, finish or expand, scrap, pitch or beat, style, inimical. So please note down the words and find out the parts of speech and Bengali meanings, and try to make the words with different sentences. Now my dear all students, let's watch in the next slide. Now match the word. Here you see which. Which means swift or rush, suburb, residential area, designate, indicate or define, congestion, overcrowd. Do you see a sound? Yes. We watch the sound of different vehicles. Here you watch different vehicles gathering in different places. The number of vehicles is increasing day by day in Dhaka city. Now let's see in the next slide. You see a sound of vehicles. Here we see an image of Dhaka city. My dear students, please think about it. In the above, we see Dhaka residents had no choice but to crowd into the middle and walk to work. My dear students, let's watch in the next slide. Here we see buildings and buildings. Buildings are being congested with buildings. Now we watch only buildings and buildings. In the above, buildings and buildings, and in the below we see Dhaka, the world's densest and fastest city. Now we hear the sound, the whistle of vehicles. Here we see an image of different vehicles gathering and congestions of Dhaka city's roads and areas. So in the below we see the cost of Dhaka's traffic congestions estimated at 3.8 billion a year. Please think about it. Now we see the government is under pressure to designate some lanes as car only to build wider roads. Here we see symbols. Do you think what is the symbol? Do you think what are the symbols? Of course. There are only 60 traffic lights in Dhaka, many of which don't work. When we run around Dhaka, we see different types of traffic lights, which is active and which is not active as well. So my dear students, now let's watch in the next slide. Driving or parking rules. Please maintain driving and parking rules. And please think about it. Here we see different types of teeny buildings. The teeny buildings are gathering different areas of Dhaka city. Slum dwellers. Slum dwellers live here, and for this reason, the population of Dhaka city is increasing rapidly. In the below, we see the poor infrastructure is one of the reasons why Dhaka city is growing so fast. Please think about the image. Here you see, Dhaka residents have no choice but to set up slum between high rises. So slum dwellers are being risen up every day in Dhaka city. Of course, it has behind the reasons. Now let's watch. Here we see an image of different rickshaws with different types of people. In the below we see 1.5 million people in Dhaka drive rickshaws for a living. Yes. Now my dear all students, let's watch in the next slide. Here we see different types of rickshaws, different types of men standing rickshaws. Here the image shows the density, the population of Dhaka city are increasing rapidly. In the below we see most people in Bangladesh blame the traffic jams on the rickshaws. Now let's watch in the next slide. Yes, we hear a sound of vehicles of batch, mini batch. You see an image, different types of minibus here. In the below you see 2009 to 2019, WB analyzed found 60 separate bus companies in Dhaka, and they compete. For this reason, the population density of Dhaka city is rising up. Here you see different types of vehicles. There is no space to move. Vehicles and vehicles. No space you find to move on. No. This is a real picture of Dhaka city, of our capital city. In the below we see increasing bus capacity is more complicated than it sounds. Now, my dear all students, let's watch in the next slide. Here you see different types of private cars, different types of vehicles are gathering and gathering. Here there is no space to move on for the public. Vehicles and vehicles we see in the roads. In the below you see Dhaka adds an extra 37,000 cars to its already overcrowded roads. So my dear students, now let's watch on the next slide and let's watch the video please. My dear all students, let's watch the next video please. So, my dear all students, in the video, or did you watch some pictures of Dhaka city, our capital city? So let's see in the Next slide. I spend my life in traffic jams. I spend my life in traffic jams. If you ask how long it would take to get somewhere, there are two answers. Without traffic, maybe 15 minutes. With traffic jam, please think about it. So thank you very much. So homework is very inevitable part for a student. If a student complete his homework every day, he will get brilliant results certainly. So now is your homework. Write a paragraph in 250 words on traffic jam. I think you have to complete your homework and write down the paragraph on traffic jam containing 250 words. So thank you very much. We all know COVID-19 pandemic is now going on globally. So maintain social distancing, wear masks, and above all, stay home and stay safe. Besides, follow our classes and continue your study as well. Thanks. Thank you very much.